strikes near the Iraqi border in Syria has killed over 300 men, 7,000 people, and displaced millions more of the people wishing for humanitarian bodies inside. For more on this, international affairs expert Jody joins us live from Jerusalem. Jody, how does Israel justify these strikes with a Israel recently normalized relations with a few Arab nations led by the United Arab Emirates, but with the increased Israeli involvement in Syria, is there any risk among the authorities in Israel that escalates or these strikes may have a negative impact that exposes the ignorance?
I actually think the opposite is true. I think that these growing relationships are due to a number of factors. The fact that perceptions are beginning to change around Palestinian leadership and that the Arab countries don't want to be sort of held hostage, if you like, by the Palestinian leadership's willingness to accept a peace deal with Israel. And there's also coronavirus, there's also trade and economic implications, with a huge
Shalom. Give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Rakadash. Salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike. Teacher 100% true. Shalom, Rakathon to them. And double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike. Teacher 100% true. Shalom, Rakathon. And foremost, give all praise again to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, Bashem, Rakadash. That relates to news alert relating to strikes and continuous deadly airstrikes in Syria. That's Wion news. Joel 3. And I'm going to go Joel 3 and 10 to 16. Start at number 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, relating to agricultural machinery type. Let the weak say, I am strong. And that relates to nations that may not be as strong as they were of the past, but are building up. And this relates to these countries building their armament and becoming a formidable and viable threat from a nuclear armament aspect. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yehoshaphat. The valley means he has judged. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, and the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. It relates to these nations ultimately getting judged, man. The multitudes and the multitudes of the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near. In the valley of decision, the sun is number 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. So it relates to certain things relating to in the end times is going to happen. The sun is going to be like sackcloth, black. The moon is no longer going to shine. Wormwood, which means pretty much radiation in wood. I've seen it, man. You know what I mean? So different things. Gnashing, wailing of teeth, relating to the ones who take the mark of the beast, for example. For taking the mark of the beast, and this relates to swords and different types of plagues that's going to come upon the multitude of nations of people, man. Relating specifically to wicked. 15. Okay. 16. The Lord also shall roar of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. So they're going to literally move. That's another thing that's going to happen. These are relating to Revelations, man. The earth is going to move to and fro. It's going to be like drunkard, because it's going to be moved out of his axis, literally. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heaven and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel, because he's going to restore and redeem the specifically the remnant, starting with the elect, relating to the nation of Israel, man. And Joel 2 talks about relating to the day of the Lord, the invaders from the north, these nations gathering up. Second Esdras 11, Second Esdras and 13. You know what I mean? They're going to gather up to fight ultimately Yahushua coming back. And that's where in the times. The tensions relating to the airstrikes that have been going on for a long time, man. That article, I believe that news said up to like 2011, probably longer than that. But there's always been tensions in that area, man. These nations are building up and continuing, man. That's part of prophecy relating to these nations in the so-called in the Middle East. You know, the tensions building up. Magog and Gog, which is Russia, versus the I team and its allies, man. So this was something short relating to that news report. This relating to Ezekiel 38 talks about that prophecy against Gog. 39 relating to the prophecy against Gog. So this is something short. Hope whoever listened to help some way. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakadash Shalom.